Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our last installment of Slope and Y Intercept. This time we're taking these from a table. The learning targets today are I can identify the slope and the y-intercept from a table, and I can write the equation of a line represented in a table. So when you're given a table, and we've talked about this previously, so you should be getting this for sure, slope is rate of change, slope is unit rate. On a graph, it measures the steepness or how fast something is constantly increasing or decreasing. Okay, slope can be calculated, the change in y and the change of x, or you remember what that little triangle symbol means? The triangle translates to change. Okay, that right there is the delta symbol. It's the Greek letter delta, which means change. So we have the change in y over the change in x. Our vertical over our horizontal. Okay, so determining the y-intercept when given a table, when we're looking at the y-intercept here, it is the ordered pair where x equals 0 and y equals whatever the value of y equals. So if you're looking at a table, okay, and we've got our line, wherever our line is going, think about it. Y-intercept, as I explained previously, intercept is where, an interception in football is where another team catches the football. It's where the football crosses the other team's hands. And the y-intercept is where the y-axis, which is right here, y is rise, y is the vertical axis. Okay, it's where this y-axis here catches the line. So if you're looking at the ordered pair, the x-coordinate would not move to the left or to the right. So we've got x would equal 0, and then however far we have to move up or down, and that right there would be the value of your y-intercept. So if the y-intercept is not present on a table, we may have to calculate it. Okay, and I will show you how to do that by picking a point from the table, plug it into y equals mx plus b, and then you calculate the number needed to add or subtract to make at the end to make the statement true. I'll show you on our next example. Okay, so we've got a table here, and as you know previously, and this is on your formula chart, the change in y, change of course we're subtracting, is y2 minus y1 minus x2 minus x1. You can pick any 2 points on the graph. I'm going to pick, let's see here, let's pick this point here as our, let's see, I'm going to pick integers. I've got a decimal here and I've got choices. I can make my choices. I'm going to pick this as my x1, and its partner is going to be my y1, and then my other ordered pair, let's pick the last one. This will be my x2 and this will be my y2. Okay, so plugging into my formula, I'm going to do my y's first. Y2 I just said was 1, and I'm taking away 4. Don't forget, each time I'm taking away. That's a subtraction. That's a subtraction. Okay, so I've got, those are my change in my y's. Now if I do my change in my x's, my x2 I just labeled as 4, and my x1 I labeled as -2. So when I simplify this, I have 1 take away 4. Do you hear my dogs barking? I'm sitting outside and somebody's walking by my house. That's Gabby. She says hello. 1 take away 4 is -3. And as we said previously, whenever we have two negatives sitting together, that's the same as one big fat positive. Taking away negatives makes something a positive. So I have 4 plus 2, which is 6. So if I simplify this, I get -1/2. So I know my slope is let's see, let's get our equation going down here. Y equals something x, okay, and I just figured out that my slope is -1/2 right here. So my y-intercept. So the question is, what do I have to do right here? What do I have to do right here to get my y-intercept? So, as I said previously, let's pick a point on our table. I'm going to pick this point right here. That looks like a nice, easy point to pick. So this is my x, right? And this is my y value. So, if I plug in 2 for x and 2 for y, the question is, what does b have to be? I'm actually going to calculate this out. Okay, so all I did was I substituted in an ordered pair. I picked the point 2, 2 to plug in. So if x is 2 and y is 2, what do I have to, what will that make b? So let's just start calculating. Let's see here. If I have a negative times a positive is a negative. And I'm simplifying this right here. And then I would put 2 over 1. My 2's actually cancel out. And I've got -1 times +1, which is -1, right? So I have 2 equals -1 plus b. So to isolate my variable, add 1, and then I get 2 plus 1 is 3 equals, and I have -1, +1, that cancels out. +3 equals b. So b in my equation would, my standard equation of y equals mx plus b, I just calculated here that b is +3. There we go. So I calculated that for +3. If we want to check it again, just to see if that's the case, I could say y equals -1/2 x plus 3, and then instead of the x and the y, I could substitute another ordered pair. I know you guys don't like decimals necessarily, but that is absolutely fine. My y value is is 2.5, and my x value is 1. And all I'm going to do is just rewrite my equation. And the question is, I'm checking to see if this statement is true. If so, I have my formula. Okay, so if I have a negative times a positive, I get a negative. And what is half of 1? It's half, right? Plus 3. So basically, I have -half, and I need to take half off of 3. If I have +3 and I take off half, don't I have 2.5? Well, does my left side match my right side? It sure does. What's that mean? It means we rock. The equation is y equals -1/2 x plus 3. That concludes our lesson on writing or finding slope and y-intercept from a table. We just wanted you to have this extra example in your notes, and we hope you have a great day.